All right, let's get this going here. Slideshow. We're going to click this. All right, my friends, welcome to this week's live. We're going to talk about why small wins matter and when motivation is gone, because motivation doesn't last. Motivation, you know what? Motivation's a myth, right? We all believe that, motivation will carry us through certain things, certain areas. And I know that on my feed right now, you kind of miss parts in the bottom, and I will adjust that for next week's live so you can see all the PowerPoint. Because I'm just kind of, as you know, I'm beginning this process and beginning learning. What we do is we correct ourselves, and in all situations in life, whether you're building a business, building a PowerPoint, building personal growth within your life, you're always adjusting, you're always making it better, fine tuning it. And in this way, I'm showing you that, my PowerPoints are a little off, and we adjust to make it better. Motivation is a myth, right? We believe that low motivation equals failure, or low motivation equals exposure. Which way do you think? Which direction do you think in your life when something's going on, when you have some challenge in your life, do you believe that low motivation is a failure or it's exposure? Because depending on how you think about motivation is going to determine if you believe that you're learning and growing from these different times, or if you're failing at life. And my friend, I want you to understand that you're not failing at life. These things are teaching you something about yourself and how you can grow and to be a stronger, driven man in your life. But this is why small wins work when you feel flat, right? Small wins when you have low energy, when you have low capacity, which is low energy, you still can do these small wins. You can still do these small wins that you've set for yourself. When you're low motivated, or you don't have the capacity, big goals are going to feel heavy. You're like, man, I just don't want to do that habit or that goal that I set out for myself. You wanted to go to the gym, or you wanted to eat better, or you wanted to build a business or build a course for yourself, or whatever it is for you. When you're unmotivated, these big, huge goals are going to feel heavy. But if you have smaller wins, you go, okay, I just want to edit one of my PowerPoints, right? That's a small win that you can do when you're unmotivated. For sure. I've done it. Small wins keep you moving, right? Consistency is what builds, not these big, I'm going to hit this big milestone and this big goal once every 2-3 months. No, it's the small, consistent wins that are going to keep you moving forward. Yeah, you know what? I built that PowerPoint yesterday. It felt great. I wasn't really motivated to do it, but I did it. I'm going to do another one today. And then you do again and again and again. And voila, you built your course. And now it was done through small, consistent wins, right? That's how easy this life can be. Because when energy drops, shrink the target, not the standards. We all have standards in our life. We all want to achieve these high outcomes, but we don't always have energy to go after it. And when your energy drops, you still want to be able to go after those small targets. So these small wins are going to be what matter. These small wins are going to be what give you that control within your life, and are going to help you get to the other side, are going to help you get to that next phase of your life, because you're hitting these small goals. Completion is greater than performance. We all believe as driven men that we need to perform and outperform this person, even outperform ourselves in certain manners. But it's not about performance. It's about completion. It's about getting what you need done, even when you don't feel like doing it. And that's where you create that baseline of, you know what, regardless of what I feel like today, I know that I can achieve these goals. I know that I can hit these things that I want to hit. Because proof reduces internal noise. We all sit there and I'll go on the next one. You don't silence the inner critic, you grow it with proof. And we all have that inner critic within ourselves. We all have that person within us going, do I really want to do this today? Do I want to get out of bed in the morning? I know there's some mornings that I have a battle with myself where I'm like, do I even want to go and build this business? Do I want to do this today? And my inner critic goes, no, you know what? You are so comfortable in your bed right now. You're so warm. Why would you ever want to get up? But there's proof, right? There's proof that you outgrow it. It's like, you know what? I did it yesterday when I wasn't feeling like it, or I've done it before when I wasn't feeling like it. Do you remember that, mind? Do you remember that? Like I said, call my guy Bob. Do you remember that, Bob? Do you remember that I got out of bed that day when I didn't feel like it? Yeah. Okay. Well, there's my proof. So we're going to do it again. And you begin to build this within yourself. And that's how you build this structure and the stability in your life, is you bring proof to that inner critic and prove to yourself that you can create that goal and that outcome that you want to create. So here's the easiest way to install the system. It's a very simple thing. So choose one action and try this over the next 7 days, and I get to that one too. So take one action. What is one thing that you want to do over the next 7 days to install your wins and to install these small wins? Pick one action. That's it. Do it daily at the same time so you know when it's happening and what you can do and how to build it, and do it for 7 days. Voila. It is that easy. It's that easy to create the goals and the consistency in the life that you want. But easy isn't always simple, or it's the other way around. It's that simple, but simple isn't always easy, because you're always having things come up. There's always pressure that are going to come into your life. But if you're not aware of them, if you're not able to slow down and say, look, I wasn't feeling it today, but I still got my tasks done, that is when you know the task is small enough, right? And the task is small enough and you're like, yeah, I feel good, or I don't feel good, but I want to do this task and I've done it, you know the task is small enough. So again, growth exercise for the next 7 days. And I think I did this last week. So what are we doing? We're continuing doing this. So if you had something 7 days ago and you were able to do it every single day, my friend, it was small enough. And that is absolutely amazing. And I applaud you. Now, I want you to pick something new. Don't stop. Here's the key. Here's the biggest key that people often do. And it's like, you got to stop fighting that. Don't stop what you've done for the last 7 days. You want to keep doing that small task, but I want you to add a new one. And this is where you begin to stack, and this is where you begin to build that life that you want, because you're proving to yourself that you can make it to the other side and you can fight those tough times and get through them. So again, choose one, keep it small. Don't make it bigger if it seems too small. If it seems too small, it's absolutely perfect. So I'm going to review what we talked about today. Today, we talked about the small wins install identity quietly, right? Very quietly. And that's how we transform our lives, is we do things very quietly, but over time, they start to become louder and louder because you built them up one at a time. Secondly, identity determines performance under pressure. Who you are in those tough times, who you are in those pressure-filled times when you have work deadlines to hit, you have family responsibilities, you have financial responsibilities. These different situations within your life are going to prove to you that, you know what, yeah, I can still do these small actions even when I'm frustrated, when I'm tired, when I'm stressed. Then you know your identity is beginning to perform. Third, motivation will return when stability is built. Now, that's a big one, because we believe that motivation is going to carry us through. But motivation lasts maybe 2 weeks, and I have a video coming up about that. But motivation lasts only a couple of weeks. And when we're not motivated to keep going, this is where you need that stability. This is where you need that platform to go, okay, look, I am stable when these pressures come in. I am stable when situations come into my life. I am stable because I built that over the past, when I'm calm, which is when you want to build stability, is when you're calm. And then you get motivated and it's going to return. I trust me, my friend. Steady repetition. When you build all your small identities, steadiness is built through repetition. You're just doing them over and over again. That's why when I said last week, you build one small win consistently for 7 days, what are we doing again? We're building one small win consistently for 7 days. And then next week, what do you think we'll do? We'll build one small win consistently for 7 days. And then over a month, you've built 4 small wins that you can carry into the next month. And this begins to build your identity. It takes about 90 days to build a habit, right? It says it takes 21 days, but that's very short. If you're doing something consistently for 21 days, that's amazing. But you need to turn it into a lifestyle, which takes about 90 days. So if you do these small little actions consistently for 3 months, it's going to be a part of who you are. So I invite you to Friday's YouTube. There's my big face on there. Friday, March 20th, we're going to talk about why you lose momentum even when you start strong, because we all start strong. We all are excited, empowered, and ready to go after the goals that we want to go after, but then it kind of drips, it kind of slows down. So tune in Friday, watch that video. Let me know in the comments what you think, how you're going to begin to create this for yourself. And I look forward to seeing you next week on the live YouTube. Now it's time for me to go. So have a good rest of your day, and thanks for tuning in.